for the absence of my guest. And I hope that, like yesterday, although my guest was late, that the one today will turn up. Okay, I am beginning to have some doubts, but I hope he does turn up from the Ministry of Health Environmental Unit. You know, we've been having lots of complaints about certain divisions of the Ministry of Health, certain departments, certain sections, certain subsectors of the Ministry of Health not doing their jobs. And so I spoke with a particular individual whom a lot of callers have identified and have been asking for, and he agreed to be here today. So I'm expecting him to turn up sooner than later. In the meantime, we want to give God thanks, of course, as per usual, for another day, another blessed, glorious Wednesday, middle of the week, as it were. And we are happy that God has blessed us so far. We look forward to more throughout the rest of the week. I wanted to talk about this morning until my guest comes, or even if he doesn't. How do we improve Bastia? Ladies and gentlemen, listening audience, how can we improve Bastia in all aspects? Not just its aesthetics, not just its appearance, but its actual functioning. We can't change the layout, and I believe that Bastia, by the way, is one of the most nicely laid out, one of the best laid out capital cities in the Caribbean. It's easy to access, and it's easy to circumnavigate, as it were. It's easy to access any point in Bastia, easy to move from one section to another. How do we improve the operations, the functioning, and of course the looks, the appearance of our capital city? Bastia, of course, became our capital city in 1727 after the English had settled St. Kitts and established the administrative capital at Old Road. The French moved the capital to Bastia, low ground, of course, in 1727. So we have been continuously occupying Bastia in spite of a number of disasters, a number of misfortunes that have befallen the capital city over the years. We have stood the test of time, and we are still here. We know that anything man does is never perfect. I cannot see perfection arising from imperfection. And man being an imperfect being, man being an imperfect being cannot effect anything that's perfect. That is my view. You don't have to agree with me, of course. But I see excellence, for example, flowing from excellence. And I can see good flowing from good, and so on. So I cannot see man doing anything that is perfect, that is without flaw or fault. But we certainly can improve Bastia, I believe, to make it a little, if not much better than it is. Let's take this caller and welcome him or her.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Blake.
Good morning, ma'am.
How can we improve Bastia?
Yes.
Now, some time ago, we were talking about the environment.
Yes.
And we focused at that time on Bastia High School.
Right.
And you indicated that you were going to sort of spearhead
yes.
a cleaning up.
You better believe it.
Of that place. And get back to us.
Definitely.
We'll have to get the necessary approval.
I am waiting, sister, every...
That's where we are with respect to that?
Almost every day, sister. Almost every day since that discussion. I have tried to meet with the relevant individual to engage him in discussion and to formally obtain his approval, because without that we cannot proceed.
Yes.
And believe it or not, I have met with difficulty in engaging in that discussion, in having that rendezvous. I have not been able to meet with the individual despite many calls, and the personal assistant and so on can attest to that. And so I'm waiting on that, because every time I pass by my alma mater, every time I drive by on Victoria Road and I glance left or right, depending on which direction I'm driving, it really pains me and bothers me to see Bastia High School in its current state. And that is one way to begin to improve Bastia, I believe. And I'm still dedicated to that. I have a number of persons, a number of names, individuals who have volunteered, who are waiting for the word go, and they'll be off.
Okay.
So I just want to advise the public of that.
Well, I thank you for that that positive view on your end, because at the root of this, and sometimes we speak about the community doing things, but at the end of the day, because of the country in which we live, and government has a very important role to play, if we can get responses from the authority for cleaning up, this is where we sort of limit ourselves in how much we can do. And so I hope that we can, in due course, get past that.
Yeah, I'm hoping
Thank you very much.
I'm hoping that it happens much sooner than later. I really thought it would have happened by now. I don't know why the delay, but I really am a bit disappointed. In fact, I'm more than a bit disappointed. That's just a cliche. A bit disappointed. I'm rather disappointed that I have not been able to follow through with this discussion. Okay. And there are a number of other matters I want to discuss to raise with the individual, but this is one of the top ones, and I really need that in order for us to proceed. Thank you very much for your interest, though.
Thank you.
Yes, and I certainly expect to see this lady, if not actually wielding a machete and or a chainsaw, at least providing some drinks, refreshment for those of us who will be doing the physical work. We have another caller. Let's take him or her.
Good morning, Dr. Blake.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Brother Blake.
Talk to me.
How we should improve Bastia?
Yes.
I believe that the government should improve Bastia. But all those abandoned lands, they got around, especially on the front.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that is the side for Bastia, because when you're coming from Nevis or anywhere, that is the front. And I believe that what government should do, get to those people who got those abandoned land, who ain't doing nothing with them, and try to take over those land and build malls. Just look how they got the Pelican Mall up there. No, we're in a tourist industry, as we say. I think it's going to open up again after this pandemic over.
Yes.
And I believe that could be an uplift to Bastia by building malls, building shops, and put the ordinary people in them. Just look how Port Dante. You understand? Instead of too much people on the road selling. You understand? People got their own little place, paying their rent. And if private people want to buy land, buy some of the land, and build malls or build things and sell it and rent them to, they do it.
And we know that some of these places have been abandoned and in dirty condition long before you and I were born.
But man, long before me born.
Exactly.
And at the Bastia High School again, the old Bastia High School, I believe that something was supposed to be put in place for the old Bastia High School.
Yeah, there's a lot of
parking lot, with a break or something. You understand? Government come, government go. We want to see improvement. We want to see just talk. All right, then, Brother Blake.
Thank you. All right, tell us one area we can work on. The derelict buildings, of course. We need some more suggestions. How can we improve Bastia? We have another caller?
Yes.
Hello.
Morning, Dr. Blake.
Morning, my brother.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine.
You really sound fine. Course up a little because the wind blowing how you boy me.
Yes, and it can't be too fine.
Right, I don't want you blow.
Blown away. Thank you.
Lovely topic as usual. First order of the day when you wake up and you get up off your bed, you head for your bathroom.
Right.
Make sure you clean up your oral section of your body.
Right.
Clean up before you come outside. That is priority number one. And since people must not litter, like where they say down the bus terminal, up the bus terminal and on the street, what happened to up there in the grammar school yard? That is more than littering. And every week I have to keep banging a house, and before you go forward, you're going backward. There are people working in the government, different institutions, getting paid to make sure that the place keep clean, whether grammar school or no grammar school. Clean is clean. And those in authority who are supposed to supervise certain places, certain jobs, to make sure that people do the work to keep the place clean, they're not doing it.
Yeah, I was supposed to have one of those guys with me this morning, but he hasn't showed up.
I didn't get a one there.
I was supposed to have one of those same guys, one of those heads of department.
Well, I don't know which one will come, but they keep bob and weaving all the time.
Definitely, yeah.
Bob and weaving. But they could bob and weave because they can't bob and weave from the uppercut where we're going to get them on the radio. You can't be getting taxpayers' money and sitting on it. Just like how we got some people gone away from here on their own personal business. And you're going to tell me the head of that department or those department allowing them to get paid still? Eh? They gone away on their own personal business and getting the pay every month. You cannot be right. So those are if those at the top end now, they will get the message from down here from us.
So
and look here.
yes.
Up in the fire station yard, up there got grass growing up by the wall fence inside. Bush that ain't supposed to be. Not supposed to be, and if they could allow that to happen in there, what they wouldn't do with the grammar school over here on your back? You were gonna say something. Could you come through?
No, I was gonna ask you to if you had a direct suggestion as to what we could do. Are you suggesting that we work on the littering or in terms of improving Bastille?
Well,
or are you going to get to that?
Here. We got to make sure first that those who supposed to make the difference, they are hearing us. And like Mr. Palisek just said, I've been banging that all the time. Too many old abandoned houses, especially in Bastille.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the waterfront down. Down they look like a cane field what get away with bush. You got a building down the cover with bush. So I don't know if Hasford and Tiddies sell bush paint. You got to clean up all over them old rat harboring house. The other night, some months ago, a lady said she was coming across the sidewalk down in Liverpool. Look at them two rat, big rat run across, she's fighting. She dropped down, she sprained her ankle. Eh?
Oh, no, that's serious now. That's serious.
With them old big fire hazard.
Yeah.
Out there, we do all kind of clot and all kind of thing in them. Broke them down. The government have the authority to take land and pay you for it if they want anything.
Definitely.
Example, Mr. Bradshaw, when he wanted to build Newton Gong School, he went to the manager, tell him he'd like the piece of land to build a school. The manager telling him go down by the bay, by the cliff. Mr. Bradshaw said for what? For the children to drown? Mr. Bradshaw send them in there to survey the land and he write up, get the value, tell him you check down the treasury, see where the school is today. Let me move, let somebody else get out the border break.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, somebody suggesting that maybe we need a new town. Is it time for a new Bastille, a new capital city, or a new town to rival Bastille? Of course, the immediate question would be, do we have the space? Where would that be located? Or are we going to reclaim more land? Are we going to reclaim, instead of 25 acres, maybe 2,500 acres of land and establish a new city there, a new town? What do you think? Let's take this caller. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning. How do we improve Bastille? Well, first off, Mr. Blake, we need an overall plan. We can't continue this ad hoc, on again, off again approach to, well, development generally, but specifically to Bastille.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the first things. We have to put our planners and architects and so on to work on a long-term vision for Bastille. Right? Secondly, I think Bastille is now big enough to have a mayor to look after the Bastille and its environs. Okay, high time now that we have somebody just assigned to that. Okay?
Okay.
And thirdly, in terms of priority infrastructure projects, a sewage system is long overdue.
Mm-hmm.
No point developing the Bastille waterfront, reclaiming land and doing all of that sort of thing if raw sewage continues to go into the sea. Something has to be done about that first and foremost. Okay? And lastly, I think we should become more environmental conscious generally, and look about greening of Bastille. Now, there are many ways to do that. Okay? Well, first of all, we should protect the green areas that already exist in Bastille and say no more concrete and steel.
Right.
Build up instead of out, okay, and try to effect more boulevards, probably more one-way streets, so that you can have space to like plant, whether it's palms or whatever, inside in the new space that can be accommodated, as well as promote businesses and residences to have like planters on the building.
Yeah, but does the current layout, does the current physical layout of Bastille lend itself to that, or are you suggesting we need to redesign and the city, or as has been suggested, we attempt to construct a new city?
Well, construct a new city where would be?
Well, like I said, that's the major question. Where? But my partner is suggesting.
The fact is, Bastille is a good city, a decently laid out.
I think so.
It's just that we need to effect some changes overall to it, right? The kind of changes that I suggested there, for instance, the area above by the central bank and so on. I mean, that's the new, call it New Bastille kind of thing. And similarly, there's one over on the western section of Bastille, right, where you have modern buildings and so on going up. So we can use those areas properly. Just go up instead of trying to expand all the time and getting rid of the green areas.
Yeah, let me engage a little bit more here. I like the idea of the mayoral system because I have discussed that with the incoming minister for number 2, representative for number 2, Honorable Donald Powell. And that's one of the issues I raised with him, that we need a Bastille council, a Bastille city council, as it were, which would be led by an individual who we could very well dub mayor. And who knows, we can very well, if it succeeds in Bastille, we can take it further afield and have mayors from most of the, if not all of the other major towns in Bastille.
Well, but we don't want a big bureaucracy.
Right. Yeah. We don't want another layer of government.
Right? But Bastille is unique in this sense of its size, the population, as well as the physical.
Okay, but quickly, what role do you see the mayor playing? That is different from that of the representative, for example, the current representative for. Well, you have 3 representatives for Bastille.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why a mayor would be better rather than.
Because Bastille don't split into 3.
Than have what you will eventually end up with tough struggles.
Right.
Somebody who looks over the whole of Bastille, forgetting the constituency demarcations and that sort of
Right.
thing.
How should that person be identified or selected? Should it be left to the ruling party, the government, or the Governor General himself, acting in his own discretion without advice from anybody? Or should it be somebody who is voted upon by the public, by Bastille citizens, Bastille residents?
The thing is, Bastille being what it is, a large part of it is business, eh? And it's not just residents. Yes, there are some residents, but there are lots of interests that kind of
converge
in Bastille, yes. Right? So selecting someone, I don't know, maybe we don't want to say the Chamber of Commerce do it, because obviously that leaves out the residents. But some formula can be found where all the interests are represented, okay, and all of those interests probably vote for a mayor. You don't want it to be just another political appointment.
Right.
We've had enough of that.
Definitely.
Right? Somebody can, those people collectively, all the interests collectively, can vote for someone who will carry out the, specific, certainly look after the interests of all of them collectively.
Okay.
In Bastille. That's what I had in mind.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, appreciate that. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Morning.
Good morning, sister.
Yeah, first time I'm calling on your program.
Isn't that nice? Welcome. Thank you.
Good timing program. And you say you invite somebody to your program and they didn't come.
He hasn't come, is it?
I hope they come, because none of them study nobody, so they don't want to come to people to ask them no questions.
Oh, that's it.
And if it's full time now, Bastia want clean up. We must clean up the bottom first before we go quite up by the park. Mr. Blake, you was living in McKnight, and you live still. You know you were living in McKnight?
Well, of course, that's where I grew up. I'm a McKnight man.
Yes. But if maybe it was so before, but it's getting worse, and nobody's studying us. Especially me, every program, and I am and programs talking about cleaning up McKnight, and nobody's studying me. Mr. Blake, I live in the center, 3 dirty nasty stinking land. You think that is fair?
No, I don't. I don't think that is fair.
And which kind of health center be? All of them down there sitting down. Nobody coming around it. They don't come around is in your yard. And they come in your yard and they say land. They ain't reporting it. And that's not fair. So I don't know how Bastia going to start. How they're going to start to clean up Bastia. It's going to take a long time before they start. And as the man was talking about politics and so, the minister for 2 maybe had it in mind to clean up, but right now he is education, so he can do 2. So what he should do, get a couple of people, as the man say, get a committee and start now. Because he can't come back to the people them with the same story and this place not clean. Okay, if I had an integrity, sir, I will come back because it's hot food. I can't stop saying how hot food it be.
Thank you. Thank you for expressing yourself. That's what we like, and we can hear the passion in the lady's voice. We'll take another caller.
Brother Blake,
Yes, sir.
this is a very important topic.
Yes.
You understand? But I got something to say, and I want to make it a topic.
Sure.
Brother Blake, I was in Bastia yesterday by the post office, coming out the post office.
Right.
And I met a lady coming out the post office, and she was going down the road. And what she was saying that, those Spanish and those Guyanese and these Chinese, all of them coming in the country getting pregnant. Watch them getting pregnant. And Kittish and going America and go born a child. And she said, right, you know, Brother Blake, because right now, I know up to them pregnant. And well want the border open to go to America, get a child. And these are the people, the same people, them calling down the Spanish, them calling down the Guyanese, them because they live in here working. You understand? I ain't say that nobody must come in your country illegally. But I believe that if you, as a citizen of you born in this country, where you want to choose to go America, go born a child. That child will come as a citizen in America. You understand? So, Brother, I want you to make that a topic, you hear me?
Okay. Thank you. We'll discuss that another time.
Yeah.
Of course. But we want to focus on some suggestions about improving Bastia. What do people think about having a mayor? Hello, caller.
Yes, Brother Blake.
Mm-hmm.
There is a mayor down in halfway tree already. You know who he is? He's the Hobart, the ex-policeman.
Okay.
And he see the vision long time. That's the reason why he appointed himself as the mayor of halfway tree. Well, having a mayor in Bastia, it is good because Bastia is big. And where the government ministers them sit in the office, they can't be out on the street like me and you, walking up and down the place to see that a man kill a donkey and throw it in the hydrant, and it's not supposed to be done.
Mm-hmm.
The bridge cross there, so leaning. We out here to report to them. But I want to correct the caller who was on your show earlier before Alice.
Mm-hmm.
With three times 2 minutes. Bastia, no raw sewage going down in the sea. Get that straight, brother. The sewage go down in the septic, and the water run off. I mean, the water go down in the hut, and the sewage stay in there until the pump truck come and take it out. And they're going to just go and throw it in the sea. They have what you call a thing plant to take it up.
A treatment plant?
You're right. They have a treatment plant. So no raw sewage go down, so don't give that impression. Now, another thing.
Mm-hmm.
Too long, a lot of policemen, good policemen who doing policing work, they get fed up with the treatment that they're getting on the job, and they just quit. And those are men who take the work very serious. They have passion for the work, and they support the work with compassion. And before they go up the ladder, they get fed up. They have them right. They're stagnant, and they get fed up and they quit and they're gone. And when somebody in a good position getting the job done, why move them? Couple years ago, we had a lot of abandoned vehicles all over the place on the government road, not in people yard, on the government road. And a police was in charge, and nothing being done. With all the complaints we make, nothing being done. And the police went on vacation, and the one who substitute, he and another little woman police clean up all them things there, clean up, and he doing a good job. So I don't know where to move him and put him. What he doing policing work? Where they gonna move him? Eh? Why? And then put somebody else who gonna be just sitting down getting paid and ain't doing the work like he, professional. I don't know why they does that to people.
Okay.
Let me go because 2 minutes gone. So
Right, no, listen. So one way to improve Bastia is to also ensure that all the derelict and abandoned vehicles
Exactly.
are removed.
Exactly.
Okay.
Take them up off the street and where they expose, where people could park up and say, man, look that rat just run out of that.
Yeah.
And I hope you don't come in my car. Clean up, man. Clean up. Listen to us and clean up. Thank you, Brother Blake.
Thank you. Okay. Let's take this other caller. Hello.
Mr. Blake,
Yes, talk to me.
good morning. I want to know, do we have a road engineer here?
We have engineers in St. Kitts, of course.
Because I surprised to see what happened down there in the gut between Lambert and Middle Island. They saw some asphalt down there in the road. In the morning, it dig back out. They need to stop the water going to there, so whatever the try to fix the road is dry properly. Okay? And the people in do Bank Street, I want to know if they get paid to do it. Because they're bumpy that never had enough stone. They need somebody properly training these things to do it. I travel a lot. I sail for over 13 years. And it's just the roads in Barcelona. I could talk about that today where the fire force. The roads are smooth like ice.
Mm-hmm.
They need to do something about these roads where they're doing and got them in such an awful state. Even by one the one about up there outside of the movie hall, they got this bumpy. I want to make these people get paid or they just walking free. It bothers me when I see that, seeing that I travel out and see what's going on. You understand? I could tell them who want to vex me, could vex me. I'm the fire officer Tony Williams. You understand? Driving instructor. Who want to vex me can vex me. Attacking the truth. They either need a road engineer or somebody want to know they're doing to fix the road properly. That got in Middle Island between Middle Island and Lambert is well one looking after. They want Mr. Wilcher to tell them about it, but they're going to listen to Mr. Wilcher. Okay, see you. Let somebody else talk.
Alright, thank you. Of course, we cannot deny if the roads are uneven and bumpy and so on. We can't deny that. I mean, we should be happy to learn that there's concern about the condition of the road, and we attempt to fix them. Let's take this caller. Hello.
This is all I come back to say. I learned this in America. That what helps to keep the road so smooth with the asphalt, what they do, they mulch up, growing up plastic bags and plastic that can be mulched, and they mix it with the hot asphalt in the tank, in the machine. So when that is spread on the ground, the contact from the plastic help to preserve, to put a spongy feeling on the asphalt. So the asphalt they had a chance to bump up and nothing. Smooth like terrazzo. That is what I learned in America. So the plastic, what we condemning, they could be mulched up and mixed up in hot asphalt and put it on, and you see the difference in the surface. Smooth like a tile.
Okay.
So they better take that idea there. Thank you, Brother Blake.
Yeah, thank you. But clearly, the engineers are supposed to know best. I mean, these are the experts. They have been trained particularly in that area, and certainly we know that certain aspects of the roads, including so-called new roads, are very, very bumpy and uneven. Let's take this caller. Hello.
Brother Blake,
Yes, sir.
you know how I like to see be a mayor and control Bastia? Mr. Stanley Franks.
Okay.
I don't know if he got the thing now to do it.
The energy.
Because of age. But I would like to see Mr. Stanley Frank as the mayor for Bastia.
Or as an advisor to the
He
mayor.
a wonderful job. You understand? Because Stanley Frank don't skylark.
Okay.
He don't put politics in the book and all those things. All right then.
Thank you. We have a suggestion for mayor already. Who knows? Okay, and let's take some other people's advice. Okay. Now, I think maybe it's a good time to take a quick commercial break, and we'll come right back.
At FarmCare Pharmacy, we continue to expand our offerings to meet our customers' needs. We are home to your favorite products and brands, including Alcolado, bodybuilding supplements, Canadian healing oil, Limacol, Ferrol, SSS Tonic, Smoker's Extra Hard Toothbrush, Kayla Stockings, and many more. Stop by our 4th Street store from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Or visit our Bird Rock branch 9 a.m. to 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday, on Sundays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We are the preferred pharmacy in St. Kitts and Nevis and are committed to serve you better. Farm Care, for your wellness, comfort, and privacy.
They're the best I know. That's the only place to go.
Get a taste of the island at Island Time Restaurant, located at the food court in Port Zante. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. Call Island Time Restaurant at 669-3663 for daily breakfast, lunch, and fast food specials. Island Time Restaurant serves a variety of soups and local dishes, such as stewed saltfish, steamed fish, grilled salmon, conked fritters, breadfruit chips, and much more. Get a taste of the island at Island Time Restaurant, located at the food court in Port Zante. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. Call 669-3663 for your breakfast, lunch, and fast food specials. Island Time Restaurant.
Domus Windows and Doors presents our free hurricane webinar series, Making Buildings Highly Hurricane Resistant in 2020. Join us on Thursday, 15th October at 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. or 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Visit www.domuswindows.com or WhatsApp 762-8800 to register, or visit our Facebook and Instagram pages to gain free access.
Poinciana Restaurant on the Frigate Bay Road opens daily at 11 a.m. to serve you lunch and dinner. Whether you desire to dine in or take out, Poinciana Restaurant offers both to serve you better. Call Poinciana Restaurant at 465-5216 for your lunch or dinner takeout and reservations. At ZIZ, we want to take a moment to salute our small business owners and encourage you to support them. Our small business owners are always hard at work providing quality goods and services to you. They also provide employment for many and can be counted on to give back to our communities. Today and every day, we salute our small business owners and we say thank you for the opportunity to provide advertising services to you. If you're a small business, call us at 465-2621 to join our family of small business advertisers. Call us 465-2621. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome back to Frank and Candid on ZIZ for today, Wednesday, 14th October. We are looking at how to improve Bastille. Let's see what this caller has to say. Hello.
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 Yes, ma'am.
I'm back.
Of course.
Yes. 1 second. Now, when last you go down the Bay Road and see a land down there and a house covered with bush, you think that's supposed to be there till now and buy a supermarket, and this month the border's going to open, whether tourists come in, yes or no. It's not looking good. And I'm going to always talk, and who would like to hear me and want to vex with me is a matter to them. That's all I got in my brains about cleaning up. They don't want to clean because they think they're going to make the government look good. But they must think that because they're getting paid. You want to say something?
No, I think that's one of the most absurd positions to take, that you're not going to clean up the place because it makes the government look good. What is that? that sounds so ridiculous as to be unbelievable.
They ain't doing nothing, so they're making them look bad.
Oh, really? That's how it goes?
Okay, then, thanks.
Okay, thank you. I never thought of that. What line of thinking is that? You're not going to do something because it makes government look good or bad? What is that? Let's take another caller. Hello? Yes, talk to me, caller.
Mr. Blake.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you. You're on.
Hello?
Yes, we are hearing you, sir. Loud and clear.
Mr. Blake.
Good morning, caller.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I am, Mr. Welsh. Loudly and
clear.
clear.
Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Blake, there is the need for an extended Bastille cemetery.
Okay.
And we can't wait too long to have that. And I would recommend that land in the Buckley's area above the Ram supermarket, right up to that housing project.
Beacon Heights.
It was set up by the Social Security.
Beacon Heights, okay.
However, in recent times, they have allowed persons to put houses closer to the railway line and leave that space above where they have those houses under the mountain. But those houses should not be there if we are going to use that area for a cemetery. But it is the ideal spot because there is the F.T. Williams Highway, which would facilitate vehicular traffic, seeing that St. Kitts is just a hub for traffic these days. You have the F.T. Williams Highway, which will be helpful when it comes to a funeral. So I hope the government will take note and do something about securing that area because the Bastille Cemetery is failed. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. I'm hearing you loudly and clearly. And
Lovely. So let's see what is going to happen. Thank you for listening.
Very well. Okay. So we need to pay attention to the cemetery. Good morning, caller. Hello, caller. We having some problems here or what? Yeah, hello, caller.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Blake. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, I just wanted to find out something. Find out for me what happened to the two cruise ships are supposed to be coming here so long now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
I will.
Hello?
Yes, good morning, caller. Sorry?
Good morning to you, sir.
Very well.
Right. Okay. I want to talk about a more pressing issue.
Yes.
That I've think is going on. You know, people, everybody seems to keep ignoring. Even the radio programs, you don't hear it on the radio program. You know, you hear everything about the government is this, the government is bad, the government is all kind of things, right? But you're not hearing about these companies in St. Kitts that are selling people vehicles. It's not good. You're buying vehicle from these companies. They're telling you about the vehicle. And when you get the vehicle, you have all kind of problems with them, and then back to me is a hard time.
Hello. Excuse me. Is it his line or mine? Because he's dropping out, and I'm missing some of what he's saying. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Right. I missed the last part of what you just tried to explain. Something about vehicles being sold in bad condition or something like that.
Yes. You have companies here, and there's a particular company with a horse on its back, right? That is selling people's vehicles, and the vehicles are not good.
These are new vehicles?
Huh?
These are supposed to be new vehicles or used vehicles?
New and used vehicles. And when people would ask you about if you use vehicles, but the same company has used vehicle markup with like $70,000 for used vehicles.
Yes.
Right? And you're telling me if you could take $70,000 from a person for a used vehicle, you're telling me that it shouldn't be a good vehicle? You know, because we have vendors on the street selling food, Mr. Blake. Right? And, you know, every day that vendor might not get all their food sell off. They take some of the food back home. Let's say the meat part of it, you know, and they bring it back the next day and sell it to you, right? And you get sick. Or before they sell it to you, you don't think that vendor has the duty to say to you,
this is not fresh.
Meat that I'm selling you,
it's not fresh.
It was pretty, yeah, right. It's not fresh.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think they have that duty to say that to you?
I think they definitely ought to.
Huh?
I think they have a moral duty to do that.
Right. And if they don't, and you get sick, you have a right to take them to court and get some redress.
Once you can prove the relationship.
Yeah. Well, you go to the doctor, and if the doctor tell you, well, your food poison, and you know that, hey, the only thing I ate is from vendor D.
Yes, understood.
Right? And I get food poisoning. If the doctor tell me I get food poisoning, my poison is because of food, the food that I ate.
Yes.
And you don't think I have a right to take the thing to court and get some kind of redress?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah? Okay then. If when I take that vendor to court, you think the vendor should say, well, he buy the food that I sold him was I told him as is.
Well, I mean, if you were advised that the food is stale.
No. If the vendor did not say that.
Oh, okay.
If the vendor did not tell you that the food was stale or the food was prepared the day before, right? And I take the vendor to court. You think the vendor has the right, should say to you, or that vendor defense should be you purchase. Well, he purchased the food as is.
No, because there's an assumption when we buy things that we buy them in a certain condition. That's
right.
It's an assumed position we take.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that vendor would have a leg to stand on in that respect.
So then why these companies are saying to people when they don't sell your vehicle for $50,000 and $60,000 and $70,000, they're saying, oh well, you bought the vehicle as is, without informing you any about the condition of the vehicle, because they might give you the vehicle to drive for 5 or 10 minutes.
But isn't that why we need a consumer protection body, consumer protection agency, to which those kinds of complaints would be directed and they would take the appropriate action?
Yeah, but when is that going to happen? Because these companies are allowed to sell people's vehicle presently in bad condition. Because one other thing, when I bought the vehicle, right, and then after a few months of having the vehicle, when start getting the problem from the vehicle was placed in a garage. One of the workers from the company that I get the vehicle from, when they start the vehicle in the garage, they tell me, if I knew you was going to buy that vehicle, I would have told you don't buy it, because I myself went to purchase the vehicle, and the manager of the company told me don't buy the vehicle. We just, the vehicle have a problem, and we just set the vehicle up so that, to get it off our hands.
Yeah, we know that a lot of businesses operate strictly on a motive for profit, and they have no morality, no scruples. And so there must be a body around, there must be a body to which we as the consumers can go.
But they're doing it presently and profiting from it.
But that's what I'm saying. So
at the moment,
that's something that needs to be addressed by the relevant authorities, because except we can prove beyond the shadow of a doubt.
You try to get this matter to the court, you hardly can get a lawyer who would go to the court with you.
Yeah. Okay, take another 10 seconds. 50 seconds.
Yeah, because they are tied up with this company too, and this company with the horse on the back shouldn't be profiting from these kind of vehicles. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So I guess we can improve Bastia by having business entities that take into consideration the welfare of all sorts of the individuals with whom they deal, their clients, their customers. Let's take another caller. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Blake, good morning. This is Sugar. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. I hope you are too.
Yeah. Okay, the gentleman was just calling me about selling bad vehicle and bad, right? They better remember the story with Jerry Thompson. You know that story, isn't it?
I'm not sure. Remind me, please, quickly.
A Jamaican, they call him Jerry Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
I think he have a record out with the fellow that is selling a bad vehicle. How come you don't know it? He's a Christian now, think. Okay, all the best.
I can't know everything, you know.
Hello?
I cannot know everything. Okay?
Everybody hear about Jerry Thompson. Okay.
Alright. Yeah, maybe I did, but I can't recall the story of Jerry Thompson. I thought he was going to remind us quickly as to who Jerry Thompson is. Let's take another caller.
Good morning.
Sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir, I'm hearing you.
Okay, good morning. So I was just thinking that the first thing we need to do, if we need to change Bastille, the mindset. We have to change the mindset of the people coming from whatever authority. Because what happened is that based on a lot of laws and things that people put forward, there is too much distrust in the society, a lot of distrust. If the people cannot trust the authorities, that means whatever the authorities do, you're going to have a problem. And you're not going to get the cooperation you really need in terms of billing, doing anything, because somebody can feel that somebody's only doing it for profit, particularly if they can't see their role in it. So,
how do we change the mindset of the people, brother?
Hello?
How do we begin to change the mindset of the people? Because we all recognize that is critical. It's very important. As a matter of fact,
it is critical. We change the mindset of the people by being honest, by stop frustrating the people, by letting certain institutions make sure that they do what they're supposed to do and they're up to scale. Not put out a statement of lies and we agree with them and say they said that and so. If it is not credible when we put it out and it's deemed to be not credible, we hold them responsible, right? We hold the institutions responsible and the individual. That is one way to change the mindset, that the people could trust that what you say is so.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that to me is something to begin with, right? And you can speak honestly to the people. Then when they trust you, they begin to believe that you're speaking honestly to them and what you're saying is in their best interest and not just in a particular group or company's interest. So there is where we got to go. The cleaning up and so is strictly aesthetic. You could get a lot of that done in a short time. It is a mindset, right, that you can get done in a
hurry,
in a short time, in a hurry. And we got to begin somewhere to work on it, present and future generation, to go there. I'll stop there for now. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So the challenge is out. We need to change the mindset of our people, and of course, we're better to start them with the youngsters. Let's take another caller.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know if I missed out and I just tuned into the program, but I heard a caller was talking about the vehicle and food poisoning. Firstly, I want to agree with the caller concerning the vehicle. I have something to say also about that company. But for now, I will just base on the food poisoning. I don't want to take the place of a lawyer, right?
Right.
But the caller keeps talking about if he buy some food and he take the vendor to court, the food vendor to court. It's easier said than done. A good lawyer will tear you to pieces. You just can't go to court and say you buy food from A and B. A lot more has to be proven, so I just want to indicate that to the lawyer. It's not as easily proven as one thing.
Right.
So I just want to make that point clear. A good lawyer will tear you to pieces. If you say you bought food from Jane and Jane food poison you, and that's the only food you ate for the day, it's more to it than that, but I don't want to take up the time. But there's a lot more to it than that you have to prove.
Definitely, I agree with that, and that's why I was.
Okay, brother. Yeah, I just want to make that point. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
That is why I was insisting he has to clearly establish the linkage between his sickness, his being poisoned, and the food that he ate. And I know that that's going to be difficult to establish. Hello, caller.
Yes, my teacher Blake, how are you? How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes, we're going to get justice here because what happened? That the company have more money than you, the small man, and they're going to put up more money to the lawyer who you hire. Now you call it like a payoff to them, so that's why we ain't going to get that justice here.
Wow.
In America, it's already they're begging you to come. You have a case, come. You're going to win your case, you get thousands of dollars. I do not come to the man about the fourth caller or the third caller before me. I was saying we need to really change this mindset. It ain't right. Advantaging people going straight. And the one with the Jerry thing, he said that the man give him a bad deal and he was going back to shoot him. You know?
Uh-huh.
But when he met...
Oh, that's the story. Okay.
To talk to them and so.
Yes.
And so he changed him before he reached...
Right, now I know the story. Okay, good.
Before he reached the man, and that changed him and make him come a Christian.
Right, I know the story now.
And give him a bad deal, guy, and give him a car with too much mileage on it.
Right, yes. Okay. Thanks for reminding me. Okay, she's gone? Hello? Okay. Yeah, now I remember the incident of the particular individual. And by the way, that speaks to the tremendous saving power of Jesus Christ, the blood of Jesus Christ. When one turns to Him, He changes him. When an individual turns to Christ, the individual is turned from being a murderer to a kind, loving, caring individual, and much more. So that's always the best solution. Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello. Morning.
Yes.
Yes. The guy who was explaining about the food poisoning and so on.
Mm-hmm.
He was not saying that if you buy food, I think he was just giving an example of something. He wasn't just saying that he buy food from the person.
Yeah, I know. We realize that.
So I think the person who tuned in probably a little late kind of misunderstand the guy.
He was trying an analogy.
Yeah, that's my contribution.
Yeah, of course, he was making an analogy, but that is in fact possible. In fact, a good friend of mine told me he spent a couple of days in the hospital recently because he bought fish somewhere, snapper, not barracuda.
It happened, of course it happened.
Not shark, and he was poisoned.
Yeah.
So it is not just an abstract situation. It is not just something that is whimsical or fanciful. It's something that actually happens. All right, so we need to bear that in mind. Yeah, thank you nonetheless for your intervention. All right, hello.
Yeah, Brother Blake.
Yes, sir.
Can you imagine what Bastille will look like from Newton come down?
Mm-hmm.
If we got to change the sewage system, because all them houses to them alley have to dig up, because every house now we have to have the toilet water run to that main pipe that comes out from the alley into the main pipe in the avenue them. Can you imagine what Bastille will look like with dig upness? Because Bastille was laid out long ago before a lot of us who are living born.
Of course.
And to change up Bastille completely, like how Carlos say, we will have to take up all the houses them, move them somewhere, and then fix Bastille with the water sewage business, and then put back the house them. There are certain things you just can't trouble. You just have to live with it and find other ways to treat the wastage. Thank you, Brother Blake.
Okay, but in all fairness, I think the caller to whom he referred is making suggestion that we attempt to improve the way the system from what exists now. That there certainly are ways to improve it without making it. Well, you certainly can't make something. You can't improve something by making it worse. Except that the making worse is very temporary, because the end result would be making it much better. It's like war. The final object of war is peace, believe it or not. And so sometimes we have to go certain routes in order to achieve certain objectives. But let's take this caller. Hello.
Brother Blake.
Yes, sir.
A certain area in Bastille, especially all across Irish Town, you got people who own property across there and live across there. You got people got property and got property rent with people live there. But they don't keep the area clean. They don't keep it clean at all.
Mm-hmm.
You find some of these Spanish living in some of these property in these buildings, and they got the area dirty. They got clothes hang out all over the fence, and it looks filthy. It ain't looking good at all.
It looks ugly.
I have nothing against Spanish or nobody who come here like a living along as they come here, right? But I saying that some of them don't keep the place so nasty, and in Bastille to the boat. You understand?
Well,
some people walk across Irish Town. Some people own place, and they got the surrounding dirty, and inside they are dirty too.
Mr. Politics, what do you think of those tenants who say that because the landlords are charging them exorbitant fees, that it is the landlord's duty to keep the place clean, not the tenants, not they who live there, but because they are being asked to pay these high rents, they figure that it's the landlord's duty to keep the place clean, and of course the landlord is not showing that kind of interest. What do you say to that?
I do not believe in them kind of property those people live. I do not believe they pay high land rent. I don't believe they pay high rent.
Well, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. If they come with that argument, what would you If you find that it is in fact so, that they're being asked to pay
$1,000
for a one-bedroom house.
The landlord got the rent high. And I believe it's the landlord's responsibility to get the place clean too. You understand?
I'm not justifying anything, eh?
It's all about your country, you know, it's all about Bastia, and it's all about cleanliness. So if you want to see a good country, a good clean country, you're supposed to see the landlord, whosoever, the tenant, or whatever in your house. Clean up the land. You understand? Or you clean it yourself and charge the tenant. All right then.
Okay. All right. Of course, I'm not justifying any kind of uncleanliness, but I'm just repeating some arguments which I have heard because I engage with the folks in their own language, some of these Spanish-speaking folks, and this is one of the arguments that has been put forward. Sometimes it's a very intractable situation to deal with, and we have to listen to both sides. But certainly, the Bastia can be improved, and we're going to have to continue this discussion. Do we have another caller? Okay, let's take this caller. He might very well be our final one. Yes, welcome to Frank and Candid.
Good soldier, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Wonderful. If we're looking at certain things and we are saying certain things, and that is good. But, you know, when it comes down to the final say, is that if I have my yard dirty, then I'm not to be blamed for it, you know.
Did you call FND? Sorry.
Because there is something which called litter wrap and something which protect you from I have an infested rat and thing coming to your home or your yard. So I am saying that all need to be done is that if I can see it, it simply means that the people who are supposed to be dealing with this in authority could also see it.
Right.
Right? Now, you're speaking about landlord and rent and cleaning the yard. Those are things that you know definitely in a contract, in whether it's verbal or written, when you rent a house from someone. Who's going to be responsible for cleaning the yard? Who's going to be responsible for this? Who's going to be responsible for that? All I'm saying is that all we need to do is the people who are in authority and supposed to do the job, do your job. I mean, I had position where I was in charge.
You have 30 seconds.
I do my job. If my boss speaks with me, that deal with me, tell me about it. But I am in a position to make a job, to do a job, and I'm going to make decisions. And that's the problem with too many people around. They have a job, but they are afraid to make decisions.
Okay.
If you have a job where you are supposed to make decisions and you're afraid to make decisions, that job is not for you.
Agreed. Okay, thank you.
Anyhow, Blake, take care.
You too, man. Appreciate that. That was our last caller. We are going to terminate this discussion today. Remember, tomorrow the National Assembly meets, so you'll be listening to the discussions in the House of Assembly. We'll be back with you on Friday, hopefully. Until such time, remember to do the right thing. By the way, we hope to resume this discussion on how to improve Bastia sometime soon. Thank you very much. See you next time.